Let's record for real this time.
This is it.
Yeah. Okay. Welcome to the podcast, the Gilcast. It's been forever since I've done one of these.
It's been forever.
Okay, I take it back. There was a small reprise when I came back, but, you know, I had technical difficulties. My computer stopped working.
Fuck. I mean, it's been a while since I've been here just doing this with you, too.
Yeah. It's been over a year.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Anyways, I brought Spider Mikey.
Yep.
I'm trying not to, you know, say the last name, even though you've already given me permission. That's fine. But, regardless, you like to be known as Spider Mikey. That's like your handle, you know. That's what you like to go on.
I don't know if I'm going to go by that forever, but I thought it was a nice little, like, oh, you mean Spider Monkey? No, it's Spider Mikey.
Hang on tight, Spider Monkey.
Yeah. Exactly. But yeah, that's what I'm going by for now.
I mean, then of course there is the drunken slur that I sometimes go with, Spitter Mickey.
Yeah. That might just be it.
Spitter Mickey.
Spitter, yeah.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Left 4 Dead.
Yeah.
Anyways, so you're here, I'm here, we're getting a little bit of our drink on, just like hanging out, doing a podcast.
Drink some of this new Mountain Dew with this
the Liberty
vodka.
Mountain Dew.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. With frozen watermelon.
I'm about to get into some of this watermelon.
Yeah, that's right. Frozen watermelon, viewers. I decided to just, like, think outside the box or look up something on the internet. What have you. Frozen watermelon. It's great ice cube substitute.
Throw some of that in the freezer and throw some mango in the freezer, man. It's good to go.
Put it in your drinks. Put it in your soda, like your 7-Up or your Mountain Dew. It's really good.
This is the future.
Yeah. What was I going to say? Because there is a lot to go over. So, yeah, technically, I already came back, but I had technical difficulties, so it didn't work out too well. Memory issues. And then I had a problem with the motherboard, which somehow resolved itself. Don't ask me how that works, because that's kind of a miracle in and of itself.
You gotta tap it till it starts cooperating with you.
Maybe. I don't know. I just didn't mess with it until I had one of my friends who's more technically inclined to take a look at it.
Yeah. I'm sure he just blew...
No, he didn't. Actually, what happened was it started working. Like, it's almost as if he has the magical touch, you know? He touched it, and all of a sudden the motherboard just lit up.
Can he come touch my PC? He's snuff drain.
I don't know, but... So, we did that, and then we had to reseed the RAM. And that took a little while because we were... Apparently, this motherboard doesn't like to properly seed RAM the way that it should. It's a pretty simple process, but if you don't know how to do it, because it's a little weird. It has a single tab. I don't know if that's a common thing on motherboards, because sometimes...
Weird.
Okay, so if you don't know, I'll show up a little picture right now, but basically your RAM stick, your memory stick, is like this. Alright? And sometimes when you put it into a slot in the motherboard, sometimes, because the motherboard has slots that you input RAM, it has to have RAM, otherwise it's not going to work. But when you input it, sometimes it'll have tabs, and these tabs basically, once you insert the RAM, they like lock into place, but you can press down on them and they'll pop out the RAM. Simple, easy. But on my motherboard, and I don't know if this is a common thing, it only has one tab on one side.
That's weird.
It is weird. But the thing is, like, it locks in both places. So basically, it's going to lock on the left and the right side of it. So top, bottom.
I gotcha.
But it only has one tab, so it's going to pop it out regardless. It's a very weird situation, but it basically seats it like normal. Anyways, long roundabout way of saying, it's sometimes hard to know if you're seating RAM properly in this motherboard.
Okay.
We spent about a good hour trying to figure that shit out. So, literally, that's all I was trying to say with that little memory thought.
Yeah. Well, I mean, looks fucking gorgeous.
It is
working.
working.
A pic. Like,
it is working.
That thing is glorious.
Yeah. The CPU's working pretty good. I had a minor issue with the CPU. It was working fine. Actually, sorry, let me retract that. Not the CPU, the fans to the AIO pump. And if you don't know what that is, talked about it with you. Basically, computers are getting to the point where they're starting to have like actual car parts or little miniature pseudo-like car parts, in the sense that an AIO pump, pretty much a water cooler, in other words. It's basically a mini radiator, but instead of a car, it's a PC. And they're really good if you're trying to do a lot of heavy-duty CPU intensive stuff, because it's going to keep it cooler. It's going to be better than one of those little box fans. They're great, but I mean, they don't really do like heavy-duty workload to try to cool your CPU.
Yeah.
So those things are really, really good if you're trying to do a lot of stuff that's going to really heat up the CPU. For instance, video rendering. And other sorts of jazz like that. That's going to really take a toll on the CPU. So you're going to want to make sure you can cool it down. And what they don't tell you is when you're building a PC and you're trying to figure out what you're trying to spec it for. Like, one of the things that you may overlook is, okay, so when you go and you make your videos and you're going to render them, it's not the GPU that you got to worry about. It's also the CPU, because that's where it's all going to be putting intensive stress on it.
Yeah.
Now, the fortunate thing for me, and I know if some of this is going over your head, I apologize, but the thing about this is the video editing software, the stuff that you're looking at right now, my friend, actually allows you to have your GPU, that's your graphics card, it allows you that to actually assist in video rendering, so it takes off some of the stress from the CPU.
Nice.
I know I'm throwing out a lot of technical details here, but point is, my computer's configured, and the software that I use is configured to a way where it actually works, has a lot of synergy working, so it actually makes it so it takes off some of the stress where it would be hotter in other places.
Yeah.
But not only that, I repaired that one issue. It was just a bad splitter. So I actually got another one, like $6. But you know what? It's working. The degrees on my CPU are a lot cooler. To prove a point, apologize for the little ding, but to prove a point, it's in the 30-degree range.
Yeah.
The only reason it's probably that hot is just because my room is pretty warm.
It's a scorcher.
Yeah, let me just say, there's a reason why there's fans in the background.
Oh, yeah.
It's warm in my room. Granted, it's cooling down because it's like 8 o'clock at night, but still, it was a hot day. It was like 90 degrees.
It was nice.
So
but it was definitely hot.
Yeah. So I'm definitely trying to focus on the airflow, but things are looking beautiful with this thing. The CPU's functioning really well. The numbers were actually doing really well when I was doing like a few hour long render sessions. Even with the fans not doing what they're supposed to be doing, it didn't quite hit 80 degrees. So that's pretty good from what I understand. I could be wrong, but my point is that's what was going on when it wasn't working at optimal speed. Now that it is, it's not even hitting like 70. It's like it barely hit 60.
Set.
It's like almost a 20-degree difference right there. So it's functioning really well.
Yeah,
just doing the video rendering.
It's time to just enjoy your fucking hard work and time now.
And I got a pretty good graphics card. You know, it's in the 10 whatever series, the X10 series. So those are pretty good graphics cards.
Should be good to play whatever game on Max for a while.
Dude, I was playing like some Borderlands.
Oh wow.
Yeah, not 3, unfortunately. That's not out yet.
Yeah.
But you know, I was playing the enhanced Borderlands because I was like, oh shit, they enhanced it, and I got it for free. So I was
wow.
I wanna.
Oh, with your graphics card?
Yeah. Well, I don't know with my graphics card. I think just Steam handed out like if you had Borderlands.
Oh right, right.
They just gave you the enhanced version for free. So I was just playing that. Everything was on max, and I was like, oh shit, man.
You should almost like just download the max game you have right now too on Steam.
It might be whatever.
Arc would definitely be a good test.
I'm downloading WoW as we speak.
Yeah,
I'm getting back into WoW, guys.
Hell yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah,
that's scary. That's danger.
I figure if we're dual tasking, like we're doing these podcasts and playing WoW though.
Yeah.
Like that's gonna be great.
Yeah. The only problem is I suck at multitasking. That's why
true.
I choose to like.
I mean, WoW's pretty mindless
Yeah.
though.
That's true. I mean, if we're both doing it, we can just talk about life and also kill
do
stuff.
some old raids.
Yeah, actually, that would probably be a good session right there.
Do some mountain running.
The only thing, the only reason why I'm doing it this way is just because, I don't know, I want to hang out and want to talk. There's a lot of stuff to go over.
Like we said, I mean, we haven't hung out in like at least, I mean, it's been a couple weeks, but it's been, like
but
you
it's
said,
been
a year
forever
since we did the podcast.
Yeah, it's been forever since we did this thing. And shit has happened.
Yeah.
Lots of shit has happened.
Life's changed, man.
Oh my god. So, needless to say, we've been gone for, well, it's over a year technically, but I think it's just easier to sum it up as, like, it's been a year.
Yeah.
But yeah, shit has happened. Like, I've gotten in relationships, viewers.
Yeah.
There's like
Same.
at least 3 that I've had to dealt with. You've been in relationships.
Oh, man, it's been a rocky
mind
road.
you, I'm not someone who dates. I'm also fat again, viewers.
Oh,
What the fuck is up with that shit?
The last time we were talking about diet and shit.
We were talking about it all the time.
I know.
It's embarrassing. I came back
But,
to YouTube
I mean,
and I was
like-
like, oh, fuck.
We're back though, and like that's what we're talking about on our walk. Like I think
got
it's time.
super depressed.
I think it's time, dude.
Yeah. Oh man, I've been depressed. I've been dealing with like relationship shit, money issues. The whole 9 yards of depression. Computer wasn't working, so that shit wasn't good.
Yeah.
But it's funny what happens when you're just like, God, life sucks, because things work themselves out, and eventually you find yourself in like a better situation.
Well, like that should definitely be the theme for today. It's just like you've been through your shit, I've been through my shit.
Yeah.
But like today, life is good.
Life is really good.
I'm happy.
Yeah. For instance, we're recording.
Yeah, we're
on this
recording.
podcast.
We had a nice little fucking walk. We had an amazing fucking dinner. Jesus Christ.
I don't like to take credit for my own creations.
Oh man, he cooked up some fucking food. Jesus.
I cooked up a salmon dinner.
Yeah.
I was like, we're gonna eat like kings tonight,
Oh
baby.
yeah.
I did take a picture, so I might as well throw that out there. There you go. Nice little stir fry with some salmon.
God, it was good.
Had some frozen watermelon. And a salad. Just plain
Picked
old salad.
Picked it all himself. Caught the fish himself. Cooked it over a fucking fire that he built himself.
I did not.
No, he did not.
I got a promotion.
Yeah.
I'm making more money, and I was like, I want to eat like a king tonight.
Hell yeah.
So I was like, yo, Spider Mikey, get your ass over here.
That's probably more protein than I've had all week.
Really?
In one day. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, it was good. I eat a lot of chicken, viewers. It's not even like for a health thing. I just like chicken. But, every now and then, you gotta mix it up.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry. Like, even though I love chicken, I can eat as much chicken as the next guy over, maybe even more so. I gotta mix it up. I gotta get some new protein in there.
Yeah, no, I really appreciate I don't have fish that often, so.
Yeah, exactly.
Come over and it's glorious.
It's a nice treat whenever you get it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like to cook. Took a photo because I wanted to make people jealous on Facebook. It's a little bit of a guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
And yes, I did get a promotion. I'm not dating right now, but I was telling you earlier because we went on a walk and we were kind of doing a little bit of the whole preamble to this, really, just a little practice run, if you will. I think I'm okay, just for the first time in my life. I think I'm actually alright, like, being single. Like, I'm actually pretty content. It's a very weird feeling. And it's not even, like, the sense of when I was a teenager where it was like, man, you might say, like, I'm okay being alone, when really you're just like, I wish I was in a relationship.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I think for reals, I'm actually pretty content with myself. Because I know, like, for the longest time, I've always wanted to be in a relationship, and I know I actually did when I was 25, and it sucked, and it was an eye-opener where it was like, I wish I had done this earlier, so I understand how much it sucks. One of those sorts of deals. But then, after a while, you're like, I'm ready to take this on. But, I've been in several relationships in my little absence, really. And I kind of realize There's a lot of things that suck about relationships.
Oh, there's a ton, yeah.
I got into a long-distance relationship. That sucked. Oh, man. I don't really want to talk about a lot of the intricate details just because it's kind of a mess.
I mean, like, same. But I think, like, the point is, like, you and I, like, I mean, obviously different because I'm sort of in a relationship right now.
Yeah, but it is a different sort of...
But at the same time, we're realizing just, like, as we're growing up even, like, in this span, that, like, we're just comfortable with ourselves, and it's a good feeling. Like, I don't think...
It might sound narcissistic, but honestly, I think there is some truth to you gotta love yourself.
Yeah, and, like, I feel like first time in my life, I'm starting to feel that right now. And it's like, I could be single, I'd be fine with it, and then... Even if I was single, I feel like I'm comfortable enough with who I am that I can go and get what I want, you know?
Yeah, I mean, you tell me stories about you at work. You're basically having yourself a little bit of a harem anime where you're the main protagonist and everyone's trying to fight for your affection.
Dude, man, it's like I gotta bring a battle axe to work and keep all those employees off me, man.
Man, you're so Tenchi Muyo right now. Tenchi Muyo.
Let's be fair though. Like,
Tenchi in Tokyo.
It sounds great, but all I want to do is play WoW.
I know. It actually
sounds great.
I love it.
Yeah.
Remember
when I hated being single?
Yeah.
I'm praying for that day soon.
That's actually what broke the camel's back when I was in a relationship when I was 25. Straight up, the telling sign was I wanted to be single again.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a terrible feeling. Now, I think in your case it's not quite as severe. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. You know, I'm not there.
Well, I got like both ends of the spectrum where it's like on one end I've realized that like it'd be nice to start looking for like somebody to settle down and have kids with.
Right.
But on the other end, I've realized too that can come whenever, and I don't necessarily want it right now. So like, it's nice because it's put me in this mode where like I'm okay to slow down a little bit right now. Whereas as opposed to like before all this, I was like, you know, I moved really fast in my last relationship.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't need to do that. I'm comfortable with where I am. Whenever I'm ready to go look for it and like that life that I want, I can go look for it, but I don't need it right now. So. And
I mean, I tell you all the time, dude. They gotta work for you, man. It don't have to be the other way around. Like you got the body to be like, women, you gotta work for this.
I mean, I don't want to brag, but you want a man that can deadlift 400 pounds. You gotta work for the man. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying, like you have the possibility to be a bit choosy with what's coming at you.
And I really need to, for sure.
I mean, I'm just saying. You don't gotta be all modest. Although it is good that you have humility on your side.
I do, and like I'm in a relationship right now, and I'm pretty comfortable with it. But I'm definitely learning that over the last several months that like, okay, I should be confident because I have a lot to offer, and like, women like even at work last week, pretty damn sure I got asked out. It wasn't like will you go out with me? It was more of a just like. She's been flirting with me a lot, and she asked me to go surfing with her. It's like, that sounds like something you say to somebody that you're asking out.
Yeah.
So.
No, that's just it. It's like you're getting smarter.
Yeah.
You're reading between the lines.
I am.
Or at least it feels that way.
Yeah. No, it's nice. Yeah. But the point is, though, it's nice to feel comfortable with where we are at, you know?
Yeah.
And, like, I feel like we're both at that point.
And I'm not going to lie. For the first time in my life, I don't have anybody that I'm actively, like have a crush on or anything.
I don't either.
I mean, not that I really did, but it's like, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Because honestly, there's other things on my mind. And especially myself, you know. I've been thinking about a lot of, like, my financial situation. Because this might sound really, really dumb. And really, really first world problem-esque, if you will. For the longest time, my bank account hasn't had, like, over $1,000.
Oh, shit.
I get really nervous when that happens.
I do, too.
And that's just a personal preference, you know. I understand some people live on the edge, and they're just, like...
I mean, even more...
You live paycheck to paycheck.
Like, I don't like being under 2,000. And, like, that's... I'm under 2,000 now, and I'm just
it's
like, oh, shit.
It's a fair assessment, okay? Yeah. Understand, if you had surgery and you needed it right then, it's not the fact that it's like it's going to kill you. It's the fact that I'm going to have a massive doctor's bill, and I'm going to have to pay that shit off, and my insurance will only cover how much? You know, it's ridiculous when you have to be like, so I can either live and have to be in debt the rest of my life, or I can die and not have to deal with it. And then it all comes down to the almighty dollar when you decide that shit. It's like, it's ridiculous.
Anything can come along and just take all that money away.
I know, dude. So I went on vacation, right? And now I don't know how it works at anyone else's job, but you went back to the company that we work for. Now I can say that we both work for the same. I'm not going to drop any names for legal reasons, even though I probably...
It's a sweat check.
Yeah. I probably don't need to worry about that, but for legal reasons...
Yeah.
I'm not going to say the company's name. But we both work for the same company now. The reason that I bring this up is... where was I going with this?
You went on vacation?
Oh, yeah, right. So... when you go on vacation at my job, it works basically like this, or at least like the place that I work. You work at a different hub location, so rules might be a little bit different there. When you go on vacation, they pay you before the vacation. So when you go on vacation, like the following week, like the first week you're on vacation, say you take multiple weeks off, you'll get paid for that because of the previous week. But you won't get paid after until like a week after you work. So there's going to be a period where you just don't get paid.
Yeah.
Be it 1 week or like how many weeks on vacation, you won't get paid for all that. You'll get paid beforehand, but at the same time, it's like you got so much money, and it's like you got to be careful. You got to balance that shit. And they only pay you for about like 4 hours because we're on part time.
Yeah.
So you only get about 4 hours worth of pay. That said, it's still vacation, still like to take time off just for yourself, still like to take me time.
Just a random question, by the way. Do you know how long until somebody gets vacation? Like, how long they have to be there?
Like, paid vacation?
Yeah.
I want to say about a year, but it might be...
Might have to just Google
it might be a year and a half.
Oh, man.
I know it's not 2 years. It's either a year or a year and a half. I want to say it's a year, though. Because, if I remember correctly, you get paid holidays a year in. So I would say, like, if you're getting paid for holidays, then it's obviously you're going to get paid for, like, time off. But, it might be a year and a half is your benefits. But I'm pretty sure a year is, like, when you start getting paid time off.
Like, that sounds really far away, but... like, it's already been, like, 4 months since I've started working there.
Yeah.
So.
And you gotta understand, I've been working there about 11 months. I'm already, like, a few months away until I hit 12 years.
Oh, yeah.
I'm actually very close to 12 years.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I tell people I've been working there for, like, 6, and they're just, like, 6, 7, and they're like, oh, that's crazy.
But you lost your seniority.
I did. Well, I mean, I still have it high in that building. But
yeah.
Even when all those other people come over, I still have it high because it's based off building, I'm pretty sure.
I'm just going to say this. So, I did bring up I got a promotion, and I would like to talk about that a little bit. But before I get into that, to continue the story that I brought up, there was a period where basically I had so much money. Okay, I got paid before, I had a decent abundance of money. And the thing was, my insurance was coming up. Now, I have the whole Progressive thing. I'll drop that. I have Progressive insurance. That's just what I have.
Yeah.
They're a fine company. I have nothing negative to say about them. If you have a different preference, that's fine. Not important. The point is, they allow you to pay, a whole 6 month period up front. And you will actually get a desk account for that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I choose to do that.
I might have to look into that.
Yeah, it's pretty legit. So I don't pay monthly. I pay biannually.
What would the monthly be anyway? For you?
I'm at 60 something.
Yeah, because I'm at 65.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So it's 60 something, but lo and behold, I pay a whole 6 month period up. It's I think last time it was $350.
Okay, that's not bad.
No, not at all. So I choose to do it biannually just because I like.
Before you continue, by the way.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. That's what the soul is.
I just got my truck fixed.
Yeah.
It's been a solid year. No, not quite a year since I've driven it. I've been paying for car insurance this whole time for my truck.
You didn't. You just,
Like an idiot.
I mean, you didn't need to do that, but I understand.
Yeah. I mean, still, like, you be talking like 300 something. That's not bad.
No, not at all.
But it's still, it's like, should have probably been smarter with that. But continue.
So yeah, I paid that off, and so I was like, my bank account was not great. It was definitely under 1,000. I'm not trying to drop any specific numbers just because, to get insecure about that.
Yeah.
But, point is, my bank account was like, it was okay. It wasn't great, it was okay. Now, where I'm going with this is, you think everything's going to be fine as long as nothing bad happens. But naturally, something bad happens.
Oh, God.
It gets worse. So, as I take a bite of this watermelon, allow me to explain how it gets worse.
Yeah, I'm going to drink the rest of this real quick.
So, I'm not making any money. This is my first back into work since I took time off. I'm not making any money this week. Car starts having problems. Oh, but let me tell you, it's not what you think. Now, when you think car problems, what do you think of? Let's do a little association.
Well, for me personally, it's
Yeah.
anything that has to do with intake of air.
Okay.
Anything that has to do with the fuel.
Pretty
Carburation.
good. Yeah, pretty good. Blowing a tire, I feel like that would be a pretty good one.
That's like a general, like...
Yeah, kind of more along the lines of, like, this is what you probably expect if you were going to run into car issues. You know what I had happen to me? It wasn't as expensive as I thought it would be, but still, you know what happened to me? My car made this funny sound for a while. Couldn't figure out what it was. I know I had some other repairs that I had to get done, and I did that. So, that was like previous money that I had where my bank account went down a little bit. Then I went on vacation, then it went up a little bit, but then, I paid off my car insurance, so it went down. So it was at a certain point where I was just like, okay, as long as nothing happens, I'll be fine until I get paid again. Then I started having car issues, and it was one of the, I had to get this fixed, otherwise I'm going to be in deep shit.
Yeah.
My car started, like, the temperature gauge started going up. And that's not good, because that means something's wrong with the radiator.
Yeah.
Or, the coolant. It started going up, and it was making the sound, and I couldn't figure out what that sound was. I had them take a look. I brought it into the shop the last time I did. They said it was just oil, but we're still making that sound. But I was like, okay, whatever. Didn't understand. Then one day it starts overheating when I'm in, like, a financial bind, but at the same time, I was like, get this fixed. My water pump was leaking badly. Sorry I had to drag you on for that whole entire explanation, but it was my water pump. It was leaking really bad. Now, I can't claim that that's where the sound came from, but I will say this. As soon as they fixed it, sound went away. So I'm going to assume that's what it was. Which, to me, says it was going bad for a while, and so naturally this is what happened. Fortunately, the mechanics that I have are pretty legit in the sense that they understood how serious this was, so they got it in that day, fixed it, and I got it back, and it was pretty cool. The problem is, it was almost like the price to repair it was almost as much as I had in my bank account.
That's close.
Safe for maybe about $100, but I was like, I also have bills coming up. I had to plan it carefully. I had to take out a loan from my mom, which sucks, but at the same time, it was one of those things where it was like, my mom's really cool, and so she was able to do that. Also, I still have to give her $100. I only paid half. Like, my mom paid the other half, and I paid half of what I owed her, but I still have to give her $100. If you can do math, then you already figured out about how much it cost me. But regardless, not important. Point is, I have everything to pay off my mom as soon as she comes back from where she lives, because it's a 5-hour road trip. And she will be back. I can pay her back, and that'll be taken care of. But it was one of those times where it's just like, God, my life sucks. I'm not making nearly enough. And it was one of those things where it's like, where I was working at my job, the money is good. Mind you, I'm making about $20. Well, more than, but I'm making about $20 an hour.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking good. I don't care what anyone says.
For the part-time,
Yeah, that's fucking good. The problem is, I'm working in an area in the building where you won't get a lot of time.
Mm-hmm.
I was pulling in maybe about 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
Some days shorter, some days longer, but averaging it was about 3.5 hours. So it's not a lot of time, especially if I'm getting less hours. So I'm not getting nearly as much time to really take advantage of that. Now, where I'm going with this promotion, I'm not making more, but I am getting I'm getting a shit ton more hours.
Mm-hmm.
Case in point, last paycheck, which was all based on the fact of I just got up there and I was doing it for 3 days. So 2 of those days I was in my old position, pulling about 3.5 hour days. It was significantly higher by $100.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering what it's gonna be like next paycheck, because a full week I got 2 hours of overtime. Just to explain for clarification. So if we're part time, me and Spider Mikey here, we're part time. Anything over 5 hours is overtime, and that's instantly an hour and a half of pay. So I'm making about 20. It bumps up to 30 an hour for overtime. So last week I got 2 hours of overtime.
God, dude, you be rocking that double time during peak.
Yeah, for reals, and that's 40 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Or sorry, $40 an hour.
Yeah.
Good God, I'm making bank.
That is ridiculous.
It's gonna be a very nice paycheck. So financially, I am doing pretty decent now. I am 2 hours. Those days that I got overtime, I was 2 hours shy of doing full-time hour work. But you know what? Peak, I'm probably going to be hitting full-time hours.
Oh, easily.
And here's the killer thing. I'm doing less work. My old job is one of the most physically strenuous jobs.
My body's still paying for it.
Yeah. It's one of the most physically strenuous areas in the whole entire building. We move packages. That's really all I'm at liberty to say about work. We move packages. I still move packages, but the difference is I don't move as many packages.
You're not lifting it above your head, really.
Yeah.
Either.
That's the other thing about the strenuous position. You're usually lifting it above your head or over your shoulders, to say the least. You're moving packages up. And those packages can range anywhere from, 9 to 60 pounds. At the end of the night, it'll be significantly higher. It's just that there's an area that you send small packages.
I mean, you average it all out. You're still doing about, every package can end up being 35 pounds.
Yeah. So it's strenuous, and you got to do so many in so much time, and they'll just hound it out at you.
Yeah. And yeah, you've been, like you said, doing that for almost 12, and I've been doing it for 7.
Actually, so originally I was in a different area for about 4.5.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. After 4.5, I moved up to this area, and I was doing that for 8 years.
Yeah.
People, on average, in this one area, they last about 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, to my credit, I easily overlived, twice the life expectancy of the
I guess
average
I was,
person.
in management most of that time, too.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I still worked my ass off.
Yeah, you did. I mean, if not that, you were a glorified babysitter.
Mm-hmm.
Babysitting
but
everyone's
the point
issues.
is, you and I, we've talked about this a lot last, couple months. It's just our bodies, we've done the work, our bodies need to rest now.
Yeah.
And you finally got that spot where it's just you can rest.
Yeah. I mean, it's as you said. We don't need to prove anything.
We don't need to prove anything.
We've done our work. We've done our time, and I know saying that is not going to prove it. In fact, if anything, it's going to do just the opposite and tell people, what the fuck are these guys? You guys don't know real work, but I don't need to prove anything to anyone.
No.
I've done the work. I can tell you about the work.
Even at my new building, I've already proven myself.
Yeah, you have.
It's I'm working 3-4 times harder than anybody else there.
It's funny. Okay, so based on what you've told me, and you can clarify. You can jump in at any point. Okay, I'll shut up. But from what you told me, the area that I work at, which has been there for quite some time, they run a lot harder than the newer area that you work at.
It's different. It's definitely different. But just the people there are generally, I don't know if they're slower, actually.
Weaker?
It's just I went from where you were originally, that fast-paced, like, strenuous job, to back to where you are now, you know? And it's like, naturally, people are just lazier there.
Well...
But the point being, it's just like, yeah, it's so slow, but somebody has to put in the work.
Right.
And I'm that guy right now, and I'm just thinking to myself after, like, I get off work, my body and back are done, I'm just like, what am I trying to prove?
Right.
And to who? It's like, am I trying to prove to myself that I can still do this? Because I clearly can, but I shouldn't, because my back is done.
Right.
So it's, like, we need to, and like, you got your spot, so you're, hopefully that works out.
Oh, I want to talk about it a little bit.
But, go for it. But like, I mean, it's just like, I'm starting to realize that now too, where it's just like, I don't need to do this. I don't need to prove anything to anybody.
No.
I've proven myself time and time again that whenever I want to or need to, I can put in the work. Like, I have a better work ethic than anybody I've ever met, honestly.
Actually, it's funny because since moving to the area that I moved in, I've heard people say that, like to other people that the area that I work at, they stole the best employee, and it's like, I'm not that good. It's like, they're like, no, you were, and it's like, no. When they took me, they took the whole life essence. God. I held everything together.
Yeah.
No, I've been hearing a lot of stuff like that. And it's just weird. Because I don't think of myself very highly. I think of myself at most like, okay.
Yeah.
Because I like to give credit to a lot of other people. Much like you, I like to try to be modest and humble about things, just because
I mean, when I was in that position, I knew I was the best.
Yeah. But at the same time, you gotta also see like the good in other people. You gotta give people.
That's
their
definitely
chance
why
to shine.
I was good at what I did.
Right.
Like, I was able to.
And I saw it, man. Oh, dude, like you were a legend.
Yeah.
You're still a legend. I don't care what anybody people. You still are a legend. I hear like 2 of the people that work in my building are actually going to go to your building, and if you end up working with them, like it's going to be good for you, I think, just because they're going to be like, oh, that guy's a legend. They're gonna know you. One of them already knows you.
Well, okay, before we go on, one of my old, you'd know him if I name dropped him, but he's in my building now, and whenever I see him,
is this the happy man?
Yeah, it's the happy
man.
Oh,
dude, I love that.
And whenever I'm around him, and like I'm around like my manager and stuff, he's always just like, yo, this is the guy that trained me, and he brought me up to that area, and he's the best. And I'm just like, hell yeah.
I miss that guy.
Oh, I see him every day. I'm
jealous.
I'm like, yo,
I'm so jealous.
And he starts laughing, and we just giggle like little schoolgirls.
If you see him, just tell him, hey.
Oh yeah.
Tell him, hey, Jensen says, what up, Super Daddy?
He's got it made right now too.
I know.
Like, he got promoted for sure. He's driving stuff around.
Just tell him, what up, Super Daddy?
Yeah.
Just says his regards.
Yeah, and I'll stab him.
I feel bad.
Yeah.
That guy doesn't deserve it.
Oh, and then
Dude,
there's another guy, too, that we've worked with that's in that building.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about.
The guy that was on YouTube?
I think you told me about it. Yeah. I hope he's good.
Yeah, he's kind of in my boat where we're both doing school, and we both hit a batch of depression, but we're recovering, so... It's just like he's in a different area, so I don't really talk to him too much.
Oh, that's good. I know he kind of annoys you a little bit.
No, I like whenever I don't tell him this because it's weird, but whenever his YouTube videos pop up, I watch them. It's cool.
Yeah, I do too.
But he's one of those guys that's like, I hope you're doing well, but like I have my new friends in my area.
I would say this is gonna sound really, really bad, but I only mean it in the same sense of myself because I kind of understand this. There are certain people that you can kind of chill with a lot, and then there's certain people you need to take breaks from because for some reason something gets very grating. I know this because I have a tendency to do that.
Yeah.
So people need breaks from me.
At the same time, though, like, time has moved on. I'm sure, like, if I were in his area or something, I'd be able to talk to him like it was nothing.
Oh, yeah.
But the fact is, he's a different area, so it's just like, I have my core.
No, I miss that guy. I love that guy. I mean, he did a thing for my other channel, my gameplay channel. He made a donation. So I played it a little bit. He really wanted me to play Mega Man. Battle Network, so I actually played that.
That's good, dude.
And he told me my team sucked because it's kind of a card RPG. Well, sorta. It's like you build your stuff. And anyways, point is, he said it sucked. I didn't have any strategy, and this is why I don't play Yu-Gi-Oh. But anyways, where am I going with this? So yeah, my old position really sucked. I couldn't do it. I was deteriorating. I don't care what anybody says. My shoulders were hurting at night.
Now, so to clarify it, I think like the old position.
Yeah.
We both are always gonna miss it.
Yeah.
But you can't do that forever.
No.
You just can't.
Well, I guess I can drop that. It's the sword owl.
Yeah.
You're taking pox.
It's just fun, but it wears on you.
I'm not gonna lie. I'd still be doing it if I wasn't hurting as much.
Oh yeah.
You're taking boxes from one area, moving to another. You're sorting them out, in other words, to like go throughout the whole entire building.
Yeah, nothing will challenge you as a person physically and mentally than that area.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Oh, it's one of the most physically strenuous things. But the thing is, once you know where things go, and once you have a good handle and speed, like you're basically
it's like
golden.
like any game where it's like you start out as a noob, you know.
Yeah.
But once you get to become like a master at your class,
Mhm.
it just feels good because there's a huge gap. There's a huge learning gap.
I felt like if I had to classify myself, and if I can tie this into WoW, I was a shaman. You know, able to fill in any role, or maybe even a tank.
I was the fucking warrior.
No, paladin.
I was the
I felt like I was probably a paladin. You know, I could fit into. I was still expected into being like a tank and DPS.
Yeah, and I was straight up fury warrior. More damage I took, faster and more deadly I became.
Occasionally, I would hit the whole healing roll, but
occasionally you'd bubble hearth.
but not that often. You know, like for the most part, it was basically all about me. I was proving myself pretty good, even to the very end. Like I hit like number 2 in the records. There was one guy that hit number 1, and then he became a supervisor. But that said, you know, I was
the rate?
Yeah. Like packages per hour. They sort of me. I think I hit 3,500 per hour, which is 3,500, or it was like above that. I don't know. It was in that area. And I remember it was number 2.
No, so that's how good.
And the only reason this person beat me is because he got a lot of packages that were going to the lower belt. There's one belt that just goes.
It's like type of packages and where it goes.
I was doing stuff that was going everywhere else, and like even this guy was like, "You were the better man," because you were getting stuff that was going all over. I was getting stuff that was going to the easy belt, and I was like, "No, man, you hit the numbers." Like I was just trying to bring everybody up, because it's not about who's being best. It's about trying to motivate people to do better. And that is one lesson I learned from like the old people that used to work where we were. Like they had a lot of spirit. They brought up people. Didn't matter how good they were. It's the fact that they were trying to motivate other people to get to that level.
I think that's what made me such good at management too. Is and like this will carry on in my new job too. It's just like I knew that like I was really good, and that and like the general area knew that I was really good too, and that like brings people up.
Yeah.
When you had that thought, it's just like, oh, my supervisor or my manager doesn't understand what I'm going through. But when you had the flip side, it's like, no, my manager, my supervisor can do this better than me. I should probably pick it up.
Right.
That's one thing. But at my new job, I came in and I was like, I'm gonna work hard and like I'm gonna bring everybody else up. But it's not working. Everybody's just a lazy asshole. I feel like it's the new generation.
Oh man.
But that's where I'm just like, I'm not going to go above and beyond anymore.
So, I guess where I'm going with this is just the fact that I was in pain, and that's how I knew I had to leave. That's how I knew it was my time. Like I said, the average life expectancy, 3 years, and I was there 8. And I think a lot of that had to do with the fact that, one, I was not hurting nearly as much. That was actually just this year alone. And that's the telling sign that I knew I had to go. But the second thing is kind of like what you were saying. Once you have all the basics down, it's one of the relatively most like easy jobs in the world.
Oh yeah.
Aside from just being like really hard on like all the muscles and everything like that, there's not a lot of thinking to it. You just gotta realize.
Yeah.
You just gotta realize this package goes to that area. This package goes to that belt. And then it's basically just that You kind of just do it second nature. I know that sounds weird, but it's
That's
like
completely
driving,
true.
actually.
Yeah. I tell people that at my job right now because everybody's new.
Yeah.
And they're just like, "Oh my god, you're so quick." And I'm like, "I'm just not thinking about this.
Yeah.
It's second nature."
It's just like driving. It's stressful at first because you gotta learn everything, but once you got that, it's just like it's easy.
Yeah,
it's all second nature.
Yeah.
And you and me, we like to hound things out. Like, I think one day we were trying to say we're not going to work hard, and then we found out we physically can't because we're just...
I'm having that problem right now. As I say, I'm not going to work hard. I'm still doing way too much.
Yeah, because...
I just that's our work ethic.
Yeah, it's our work ethic.
And it's built in us.
Deep down, like, we just... It bugs us to stand still.
It does.
But the big difference now is I get paid to stand still and do nothing.
Well, that's your job. That's why I need to switch over.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to get into, like, all the details of this, but I have to explain why I had to leave. It's just, I don't know. I almost think that I should actually go to the doctor and, like, get this checked out. But,
yeah, now that you're new, like, I would recommend that for sure.
I mean, I might, but then again, like, I'm not hurting really, so I might be okay. It might just be like a lot of wear and tear, and so it's just, my body just needed that break.
Yeah.
And even still, I don't think I'm ever gonna return to the sword owl just because, it's really hard on my body, especially right now. Maybe, like, even if I got the chance, I don't think I want to, simply because I'm getting hours now, and I'm actually making pretty good money. There's just not really much of a point. And also, much like you said, we've proven our point. We've proven ourselves. We don't have to.
Nah.
But where they moved me, I'm now picking off, which is very similar to the sword aisle. But the big difference is, I'm not dealing with trailers. See, we'll get trailers, we'll get packages, and then you'll have to sort those trailers, like the packages that come from the trailers. But they just hound it out. They just shovel it out,
and it's going to, like,
everything,
7-8 different areas, whereas now you only have to watch out for
I got 4 chutes. I'm not lifting up, and I just gotta make sure that the volume goes into those chutes. Oh, also I get to yell if a chute is backed up, and so, like, a person will break it. I get paid to yell at people and just, like, throw things down a slide.
So on yelling, I intimidate so many people at my job just because I came from that building, where it's like, it's the norm to yell.
It is.
And nobody understands that at my new place, so I'm just yelling and people are terrified. People are legit terrified.
Actually, it's funny. So, I've been getting mad compliments. It's actually kind of jarring just because, I'm not trying to brag, but I got sort of this humility vibe with me. Like, I little insecure, not afraid to admit that. I feel like everybody's insecure. Some people find it harder to admit that kind of stuff.
Check some Amazon real quick, by the way.
By the way, you do your thing. But I'm a little insecure about a lot of things. If I do a bad job, I like to know what I can improve on.
Yeah,
I like that positive criticism, just because I don't want to feel too bad. I want to make sure that I'm doing my stuff right. But on the contrary, people have been complimenting me like crazy. They've been saying I've been doing a superb job, and it's jarring in so many ways, just because... So, going back to the previous job, sword owl mentality, I was trained in the ancient ways. That's what I tell people. The old ways, you just keep up with your trailer, you sort out your volume, you try to minimize the blow by because, well, fuck. Blowing by was basically the scummiest thing you could do back in the day. You know that, I know that. And blowing by is basically, so you have your belt, you have your trailer, you're trying to sort it as fast as the stuff comes to you, and if you're blowing by, well, it's sort of inevitable, but you're trying to make sure that you don't have it go to the person
I got something on
you.
old mentality, by the way, so...
Yeah.
So when you're
Point
done.
is that is the old way. That is the ancient way. That is the ancient method. That has been totally eradicated since then. In fact, it's basically, do what you can. If you have to blow by, blow by. And people just blow by like shit.
I still feel like I sort of paved the way for that, though. In a way. I mean, it might be a far-fetched, But when
You fucked shit up!
I did, but when I went up there, it's just like, I see that, like, I want you to be able to do the old ways.
Yeah.
But it's so much more efficient if you just share it. I feel like I started that by having shitty employees and having to deal with shitty employees.
I think we just have shitty employees.
Remember when I had the worst people?
Yeah.
Because the other supervisor used to steal the good ones?
Yeah. Oh, I have stories about that, but I'll save it.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to talk about my new position.
But before you do.
No, by all means.
So the old ways, yeah, I was the same way. It was just like, you handle your shit.
Mm-hmm.
And like, you know, like when you're loading stuff, it's like, you don't get backed up because that's your area. And people don't understand that, and it infuriates me. It's just like, your stuff doesn't get backed up if you keep up with it.
Well, I talk with my mouth full of watermelon. I remember one of the biggest achievements you could do, because supervisors hated it, overweighting your belt.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that?
Well, I mean, like, yeah, you just overweight it because you did too much.
Mm-hmm.
I bet that never happens anymore, huh?
I still do it. Or I did do it.
Yeah, good.
It was funny.
But you remember the term? We used to have a term like door dodger.
Mm-hmm.
That's coming back in my dictionary. Because I'm seeing so many people door dodge hard doors, and I'm just like,
fucking stupid.
I'm just like, oh my god, is that term coming back? Am I gonna have to start using it? It's like, I'm so ingrained with like, do your stuff.
Yeah.
It's just annoying me.
Yeah.
And it's killing my confidence being there. So that's kind of like last week. I was like, my body's kind of done. I got to take a step back.
Mm-hmm.
I can do it, but I shouldn't have to. But yeah, go ahead.
No, it's just like, so that's kind of the old way, you know, you do your shit, you get it done, and you just man up about all of it.
Yeah.
And that's how we did it. We had an excellent team. We had an excellent, like, group of people that would always try to motivate people to always get better and always try to work with doing stuff. And, you know, the classic aisle that it was when it first came up there was amazing.
Nope, it'll never be as good as that.
It could be a sort of that nostalgic mentality where it's like, back in my day, but, you know, I really, almost think it really is.
Just think about who was up there.
Mm-hmm. We had a team. Let's just say that it's like the classic. It's like the classic. What is that? What was that? Was that class? Was that movie with all the action stars, like the old action stars?
Expendables.
Expendables. It was like the Expendables. Well,
the best part too is like you know, it's split up between two groups. Mm-hmm. Like we had our clique that was amazing. Yeah. And then the other side had their clique that was good too.
Yeah.
So it's like whatever side you're on, it's just fucking easy. Yeah. Because like we had good players and they had good players.
They did.
Yeah, I don't think it's never.
It'll never be that way ever again. Also, they kept cutting. Like they kept. Okay, so one, we were low on numbers. That's the first problem. We always needed more people. The second problem was they would always send our people to do other things because if you work in our area, you're basically able to do anything else in the whole entire building. And so if they were ever short-staffed on something, they would take people and put it like in some other place. And so therefore people would have to do more work. And mind you, I was one of the few people that could actually manage 2 doors. I mean, there was a handful of people. You, for instance, you could handle 2 doors.
I for sure could.
Yeah. Like, I'm not above saying people can't do that. I know I did. I did my fair share.
I'm gonna say a cocky thing. Right
actually,
now, okay?
I want to say one thing before that.
You go ahead.
Okay, I want to say I feel responsible for that just because I was able to do that. I feel like supervisors caught on and they just made that a thing.
That's fair. I'd like to say that I can go into the sword aisle right now and I'll be top 2 to top 3 swords.
I think so. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like you still have a valid claim to that. But my point is, I feel like that is my...
So we both said our cocky, so we can go up.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I feel like what I did to the aisle, like, the thing that I wish I didn't is that I showed people that you, like, an average sorter can't take 2 doors. And that was my fault, if that actually was a thing that I did, you know. Because I would do it. I would do it because I was able to. That's probably why I'm hurting so much from the sort outs, because I took on way too much work. Because before that, you weren't supposed to take 2 doors. You were just 1 door, and that's it.
Well, your body has to adjust to the 2 doors, too.
It's okay, so
It's
you're
no
doing a
longer
lot
just
of
your
physically
shoulders.
extraneous work. You're taking on 2 doors, you're multiplying that by 2.
Yeah, because, like, you got to work on your stance more. You got to use your hips to keep stuff on.
Yeah.
It's just, like, it's involving so much more.
The only thing I would say is people understood if you blew by because you had 2 doors. It just sucked every way.
But then you're one of those badasses who's like, I don't need to blow by.
Except, like, that mentality doesn't really exist anymore.
That's sad.
Like the mentality and everything just kind of, it's downplayed so much now.
That was one of my favorite things. Like, remember, there was this one guy that came up. He was new, the tall guy.
I think I remember. I know who you're talking about.
First week he was up there, he came up to me. He's like, you're yelling at me, and it's like he was saying that, like, he was basically sad that I was yelling at him. I'm like, dude, that's just the mentality up here. Like, you're slow. You're not. I don't see you putting in the effort. You need to pick it up.
We don't. That's another thing. Like, you don't call out people if they're bad. You just kind of keep it to yourself.
I wouldn't be able to survive there.
I know.
I would be calling out everybody.
I know. It sucks.
I'd be yelling at everybody.
It sucks. So basically, I'm not trying to say it's a bad position. It still stands true. You know what you're doing and everything. Very simple job. It's just physically extraneous. It sucks in that regard, but my body adjusted for a good proportion of that time, so it wasn't really a big issue for me whatsoever. Just the fact that this year alone, my body started deteriorating to the point where my shoulders hurt when I got out. To the point, like, it hurt to the point where I was just like, I can't keep doing this. Like, I should not be feeling this way. I don't know what's going on. It feels like I pulled something.
Yeah.
Like, it was bad. It was getting really bad. So, like I said, it was getting to the point where I was starting to debate, like, should I go see a doctor?
Yeah.
Are they going to recommend surgery? Did I do something over a long period of time where it's like, you fucked your shoulder to the point where you need to get this cut, or you need to get this...
Yeah, gotta lose it.
Yeah, and it's just like, fuck, I don't want to do that shit. Promotion couldn't have come at a better time. So, like I said, they moved me to the pickoff. And again, reiterating, I have 4 chutes that are waist high. I slide packages down those chutes, and I get paid to yell if one of those chutes is backed up to someone go break a jam or, like, get into a trailer so that chute lines up. Very easy job. Very easy job. I can't complain. There are literally points where I'm getting paid to do nothing except just stare at a belt.
Yeah.
In other words, it's one of the most cake jobs I can think of. It's so I don't know. In ways, it's like it feels almost too good to be real. But the other side of the matter is, I've been there almost 12 years. My seniority is high enough to the point where if it was on a bid board, I could basically just get it. And that, I think another reason is, like, so there's one supervisor. Like I said, he wants to go over to your building because he can be full time.
Yeah.
Right. But the long story short is he's trying to do what he can to make the building better, and one of those things is he knows I'm good. I'm not trying to say that I'm phenomenal, but, like, people seem to think I am. Like I said, I'm getting mad compliments, so you know. Let's just say
that's evidence enough.
It seems to be a telling sign that this is why they wanted me to be pickoff. They knew I was good as a sorter, and since I was getting hurt and I was looking to move around, they had this position where they wanted to put someone there, and they offered it to me. There was a little bit of a process getting up there, but needless to say, I'm up there now, and it's one of the cakey's jobs. I knew it was going to be easy. I knew it was going to be better for me. It was going to basically have all the benefits of sorting, but less of the work. And so I was like, yeah, I want to do that. And lo and behold, it's one of the cakeyest jobs in the world. People complain about it, and I honestly, I just want to bitch slap them because it's like, why are you complaining about this shit? It's one of the easiest things in the world.
It is.
I'm getting 6 hours. That's 1 hour of OT. Like, Jesus Christ. What the fuck is wrong with you? It's physically strenuous. It's like, fuck, have you been to the sword aisle?
They have a job in my building. It's all automated, so that your position doesn't exist in my building. But they do have something similar.
Actually, so I was talking about the small packages. There's a whole belt dedicated. So they introduced the automated system to that.
But they have one position that I honestly want to try to get.
Yeah.
You literally just stand up there with a radio, pull off anything that looks like it might be retaped.
Oh, shit.
And that's all you do. So, and, like, you call out jams. Well, that's the thing, though, is the belt moves way faster than in your position and, like, your building.
Right.
So, like, if a jam happens, it's going to be, like, a catastrophic jam where it's just, like, 50 boxes or more are just going to, like, break.
I think...
But at the same time, like, that's so rare because it's all automated. The guy literally just stands up there with his radio, calls out any, like, jam he sees, and pulls off retapes. It's like... I want that position.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. It's like picking
doesn't even
up
do anything.
Yeah. So, it's those kind of things where, you do stuff. I don't want to say, like, you're doing nothing. It's just, there's a lot of times.
Stuff, yeah. You're still pushing and pulling. Yeah.
Like, I will say, last Friday was actually pretty crazy. I was actually kind of sweating a little bit, but in comparison to the sword out, it was still relatively easy.
Yeah, you're still gonna have that period where it's just like everything's going to you, and you except for a few, and you just gotta go.
But here's two differences than the sword out. One, I got a button that shuts the whole entire belt off. They don't like it if you hit that, but the point is they also understand if you hit it because the whole entire belt's just loaded with stuff and it needs to get sorted. And if you don't, it's going to have to go down to the other person because there's another person further down the belt, and he's going to have to throw it down a chute where it has to either get cycled back or they're going to have to manually get to where it needs to go in that area. It basically, that way is a lot longer than being able to just take it and throw it down the chute. So, one, you got the button. Two, you get... Where I am in this place, they got another person right next to you helping you out. And they want me to stay in this area. However, the other two people don't want me. Like, the other two pickoffs. Right now, one's on vacation, so that's why I'm actually where I am. But I guess it's going to be a kind of a debate. Personally, I'm fine with whatever, but I got the lowest seniority of the pickoffs right now. So that's why it's kind of like a huge debacle. Who's going to win on this? You got management, and you got, like, the other sort of pickoffs.
Wait, so there's a possibility you might just get kicked off based on...
No. Like, I'm still going to be a pickoff. It's just I'm probably going to be low vol.
Okay.
There's two terms, low vol and high vol. And high vol has a weak side and a strong side, but...
Okay, and the low vol is all by yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
That one looks like it could definitely be stressful.
Yeah, no, actually, the reason why they want me on high vol strong side. Because I come from the start out, I'm good. They tell me I'm good. Okay, and the reason they want me on strong side is because I'm going to be able to have first take on the volume, and I'm going to be able to just get it where it needs to go, and then, low vol is going to be able to take. It's basically the more strenuous from what I understand, but the thing is, the two pickoffs that are there right now, they like talking with each other.
Oh, okay.
And that's why they want to do high vol.
So you're just going to be bumped off by your lonesome self.
Yeah, but the thing is, management wants me on high vol strong side, so it's like, you guys sort this out.
Yep.
I'll take whatever is left.
Just give me my hours. I'm good.
No, honestly, I am fine with whatever. I don't care. I admit there are some days I like sorting hours just because, I don't like being there forever.
Yeah.
I like the variety, but I will say this.
The money is going to be...
The money is phenomenally better.
Yeah.
Okay, I got just even an hour extra from what I was getting. It significantly bumps it up almost.
And even just come peak season, you don't even have to do anything more. You just do your job and you're getting overtime and possibly double time.
Yeah.
Just by doing your job.
Fuck, it's just it's insane.
Yeah.
I'm not even upset. This paycheck, I get a little weary if I get home after 5 o'clock in the morning because my grandpa's up.
Oh, okay.
And I'm a little bit of an introvert.
Yeah.
In the sense of I don't want to see anybody. I don't want to talk to anybody. Just
way.
leave me the fuck alone. And my grandpa, I feel bad because, my grandparents are nice people. I love my grandparents. I might not say that enough, but I love my grandparents. And, they're very sweet people, very nice people. I have nothing negative to say. But my attitude is always fuck off! And I'm just God, they don't need to hear that.
Yeah.
They're so nice. They're the nicest people. I don't want to feel that way.
It was the same when I was living with my grandparents.
Yeah, it's just like you don't want to speak anything.
My nice innocent grandma. It's like, how's work? I'm just like,
fuck off.
Fuck off.
And it's just like I really don't mean this. This is just how I feel right now, and it's like.
Now, that being said, we're not actually saying fuck off to our grandparents.
No, I love my grandparents.
But we want to.
The mentality is just like, I don't want to say anything right now. Just leave me alone.
Yeah, I need a moment.
Yeah. If you ever have a cat and that cat is just like, don't touch me, and it just like walks away and it acts like an asshole, it's kind of the same thing really when it comes down to it. Like that cat doesn't hate you, it just doesn't want any attention.
Just wants nothing to do with you.
Yeah. I guess that's a good tie-in for that. But anyways, point is, it is one of those things. Like, one of the first days I was there, Griff, I think that's his name. I don't actually know. Not important really.
No.
He was telling me that there when it comes to like time and money and work, the heart comes down to two things. Either one, your own personal interests, or two, the wallet. And it's either going to come down to you can either like get out of here because your body's going to thank you and you're going to be happy about it, or you can take the money and keep working. Choice is yours.
Yeah, I'm struggling with that right now.
I was too. But you know what? Financially, I'm doing significantly better.
Oh, you're going to be set, dude.
Oh, man. It's good.
And it's still not like you bumped up to, 8 to 10 hours a week.
No.
You're still just doing part-time.
Yeah.
But, making a shit ton of money doing it.
Yeah, because now I can actually utilize what I'm getting paid. The only thing, like I was getting at, kind of complaining is, I don't understand how people complain about picking off.
Yeah.
Actually, I take that back. There's only one person I understand. Only one. The mentality is this. So the person who's currently, doing weak side for me, because I'm on high vol, they don't like picking off, but the reason they don't like doing it is because they don't like doing nothing. They like actually moving around and doing stuff, and so
that'd be me. Whenever I get bored or I'm doing nothing, that's when I start yelling and getting really aggressive.
I mean,
I'd just be throwing shit. If I was weak side, I'd just be throwing shit at you.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. But here's the thing: I enjoy getting paid to do nothing.
Yeah.
It's not the fact that I don't like working hard. It's the fact that I actually like it, that my orders are to just do this.
Now, I don't think it's
this.
that I want to work hard. That's not what I'm saying. It's just I can't do nothing. So I prefer to not do anything and get angry and yell than to do the hard work, obviously.
Well, okay.
But it's just hard for me to stand around and not do anything.
Here's my mentality. Here's the difference. I would work hard and I would keep moving on, doing stuff, on the Stardew, because I knew if I didn't, they would yell at me to go do something else. Picking off, I can't. I can only stand in this one area, taking boxes as they come, and sometimes there are just no boxes.
You don't have to feel like you have to do something, because
I can't do anything.
Exactly what you're doing.
Yeah,
what you have to do.
This is what I'm getting paid to do. This is all I'm getting paid to do, and I'm fine with it because I like I said, there are times when I have to be up there. I have to take what comes, and sometimes you're just waiting 5 minutes for one small little envelope.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's 20 minutes.
Man, if I were up there right now, dude, I'd just get a book and just listen to a book.
Oh, this is why people bring their phones. So, when it's slow like that, they just whip it out and they just start messing with the internet.
Yeah.
Personally, I feel like I should start bringing my phone. I have this mentality that something terrible is going to happen to it, but honestly, I almost feel like now the benefits, the pros outweigh the cons. Because it's just you're
gonna get bored as fuck over there if you don't have something to do.
Yeah. Last Friday actually was significantly interesting because while it was so busy for the first 4 hours, after that it just dropped. Everyone's doing everything. As soon as I got down, everything was just clean.
It's got to be a good feeling too that like when you're slow, you can just enjoy your life, but everybody, you know that everybody beneath you is doing something.
Yeah. No, it is one of those things where since you can't do anything, you get to see like everyone else just struggling and
they're just like doing heavy packages or doing something over there, and you're just up there chilling.
Mm-hmm. Like, don't get me wrong, I feel for them. I did that. I did that for my first 4.5 years.
Well, yeah, no,
you were a part of that
that's
too.
That's why we shouldn't feel bad.
No,
it's just like I'm looking forward to getting out of where I'm at right now. Like, and I'm not gonna feel bad because I put my time in.
Yeah, like I hate to be that guy, but back in my prime,
I
shouldn't even be able to say that, but back in my prime, back in my early years, back when I was actually in a different area, not the Sword Isle, like before that.
Yeah.
I would like take care of my area. I was working the floor. I was doing an excellent job.
Yeah.
Supervisors loved me for the sheer fact that I would just keep like trying to make sure that the whole entire area was clean. Mm-hmm. Management would compliment me on that. Now management's complimenting me because I'm apparently an excellent pickoff.
That's just us as people too, as our work ethic. Like anywhere I go too, it's just like we just have good work ethic, and that's hard to find nowadays.
Oh, it's embarrassing, but the supervisor actually said I'm a hard worker. I wish everyone else wasn't. It's just like I'm picking off. I'm getting paid to like do nothing.
Yeah, as you're doing nothing up there.
I mean, mind you, when I get done, because you get this tub, and it's the sign that that nothing else is coming down the belt. And that's when you know to like come on down from that area, because you're up high. You have to use the stairs to get to this one belt. Anyways, point is, once you get tubs, I like go down, but I also like stick around just for a second because I have that mentality. They didn't tell me I can go, so I should probably not just sneak out.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's such a scummy thing to do, but I almost feel like that is how it works.
Well, that's still just your job is to go up there, do that, and that's your job.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. But
when it's done, it's done.
It is. And I mean, maybe that's how I'm supposed to do it, but the thing is, I'll come down and I'll start like trying to help out other people just because that's just my work mentality.
Another way you gotta think of it too is like it's based off seniority. So even if they were to cut anybody, you'd be one of the first.
I'd be third. I'm now third.
But and like they trying to the company's always trying to save money anyway. They don't want your ass on the clock at all. Like as soon as they can get you off, they're gonna get you off.
Yeah. So I helped this one guy. Mm-hmm. He's a pretty good guy. Right now, he's like my weak side picking off. He's the guy that doesn't like to actually pick off. But I think the fact that I'm actually out there,
what was he doing before?
Multiple things. He actually was on the Sword Isle.
Was he?
Yeah, he was. He might have been up there when you were up there.
Does he have a first? Like, what's his first name?
Frank.
E-Ray guy? Not E-Ray guy.
Not
right?
E-Ray guy.
Okay. I don't know.
I feel like you'd know him if you saw him because you were probably there, but not important. Point is, he's a pretty cool dude. Like I actually was like, "Yo, what's your number, Frank? I want to hang out with you. I want to do like the whole ARC thing with you." And we'll just talk about all sorts of things. The other day we were talking about waifus.
Okay.
Which is me and Chaz's name for waifus. Mm-hmm. Like these like fictional characters that you see, and it's like, oh, you're so wife material. You're the one. If you were real, you're my waifu.
Yeah, waifu is just wife, but also a hoe.
Yeah,
at the same time.
Yeah, waifu. You solved the case. Yeah. That's not what it is.
She's not wife, but she's also just a hoe.
Yeah. I mean, like Jaina, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know. Like, if you had a WoW waifu, what would it be?
Oh, a WoW waifu?
Yeah.
Well, of course it'd be Jaina.
I thought so.
She has an updated model. What am I gonna choose? A fucking just generic model?
I don't know. Like, I haven't played WoW in like forever. I'm downloading it right now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hopefully, man, you should almost check it out.
It's not even close.
Oh.
It's not even close.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I'm gonna be doing this like all week.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind just getting home and being like, oh, okay.
It's not even the fact that
and play.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's also maintenance later today.
Yeah.
So.
Well, even just any other game, like whenever you want to Steam it at this point, you see me online, just hit me up.
Well, the reason I talk about this and bring it up is just simply because like I'm gonna be doing this all week, so understand. Probably Friday I'll be ready.
Yeah.
Maybe sooner. I mean, I guess it also depends like how the temperature is, and I don't want to overheat it. I know, like at night, I could probably run my PC fine. I worry about it. It's like I have that baby mentality.
No, I mean that's
it's
good.
my baby.
But I think just like cars,
it.
though, you can baby it, but like it's gonna be able to handle shit anyway.
I think you're right. What was like? Oh yeah, the bandwidth isn't great here.
Yeah,
and that's really
it's
all
still
it is.
probably just doable.
Yeah,
I mean, like I suffered through dial-up playing Warcraft 3, so I can suffer through a little lag here and there.
I will say this, as opposed to what I was using, my backup Lappy, this thing can actually hold an internet connection.
Good.
With my Lappy, it would keep disconnecting, which I don't think actually is anything wrong with the internet or the Wi-Fi. I think it's just like the built-in antenna sensor or whatever, just because...
I still hope that's on your laptop end, too. Because I know, like, sometimes my internet cuts out, but that's so rare nowadays.
Yeah. No, I mean, this PC is actually able to hold a connection, so...
Good. No, we could definitely game. I think you'll be surprised by it.
Dude, we can, like, Discord.
Oh,
in real life. Or, sorry, not real... We can Discord, like,
Let's Discord
anytime.
right now, for no reason.
I mean, we're Discording basically in real life. It's dumb.
No, I'm looking forward to getting some, just even like some gameplay collabs going. Like log on to Ark, do this. Log on to Conan, do this. Log on to WoW, do this. But like from our own comfort of our own gaming setups.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh man, I really didn't mean to like take up time complaining about work.
That's good though. Like the point is like. We're doing good stuff for our bodies and like our minds, and like things are going good, Yeah. Like me, I'm still in the bottom of the barrel position, but I've come to like it's almost like just a vision, or I don't even know the word for it, but I'm realizing that I can do this physical work. I can keep it up.
Yeah.
But is it worth it? No. Like I need to slow it down because even my slow pace is faster than usually everybody else's work ethic.
I would say at most just consider what happened to me, where if you come home from work and you realize, oh my god.
And I think another important thing you'll see later too, because you're not going to be like involved with a lot of people's lives now, because back then you're with somebody and you're right next to somebody.
Right.
Here you like where you are now, you have like your other people that you're picking off with, and like employees down below. But like a lot of the time, you can just be on your phone or something. Yeah. I think you're gonna notice a huge, significant like increase in just like your personal life outside of work now.
The way I see it, so there's like two things. One, if I do end up getting put into low vol, because like the other two are just like no, and I'm fine with that. I have no issue whatsoever. The fact is, as long as I'm still picking off, I'm cool with it. Yeah, I'm just gonna be like, okay, whatever, it is what it is. I'm by myself, but I can handle this. The second thing is, like there'll be break, and I'll be able to interact with a lot of people. Yeah. And even still, it's not like the Sword Owl. There's less people, but I feel like it's a more tight-knit community. So eventually I feel like everyone's going to talk to me, everyone's going to like get to know me.
Yeah, I still feel like you're going to bring a lot less home though. So you'll be able to focus on, you'll be able to think about this more, more at work and stuff. Yeah. And that's kind of where I was getting at too. It's just like now that I've kind of slowed down a little bit and they've eliminated some of the drama from my work area. And like my main passion right now is lifting. Yeah. And like I get home after work, working my ass off, and I'm like, I can't lift because my back is donezo. But now I'm realizing it's like there's less drama there. I'm thinking about work less because there's less drama there, and I'm doing less work, but I'm still doing my ends. Right. Like now I can start focusing on my lifting again, and it's just nice knowing that I don't have to bring work home with me because like I'm taking a step back, Yeah. And like you're better off obviously because you got a new position out of it. But it's just making like more money. Your body's gonna feel better, so you're gonna be able to wake up earlier and refreshed. You're gonna have less drama going home because you have less people to deal with. And
I mean, like even still, like the people are like saying I'm doing good, which still
and
weird.
You're gonna have more money, so it's like you're gonna benefit hella from this.
One last thing before I just stop talking about work, okay? Yeah. Or even like if I just cut the part. So So again, I don't mean to brag. I guess this goes against the whole humble and modest thing, but so what weirds me out is that people are saying I'm doing really good. You know, I'm calling out what's getting backed up. So they're saying communication is already better. That's like a huge thing right there for them. They're saying there's less like misloads in trailers or like missorts in trailers. There's less bad packages going to where they don't need to go. I know I fucked up a couple times, but even still, they're saying that I'm doing a great job on that. Which, to me, signifies several things. One, people don't communicate when they're pickoffs, which is bad because the fact that you're yelling what's backed up helps management so they know what to focus on.
Yeah.
So, to management, communication is huge. The second thing is making sure stuff goes where it needs to go. So they're telling me already I'm doing a better job at that than what's already been pre-established. That's like the two main things for being a pickoff, and they're saying I'm excelling at both of those. And it boggles my mind because it's like, if I'm actually bringing this to the table, what was it like before me?
Yeah.
Like, was it really that bad?
Must have been bad.
I mean, I think I've overheard rumors that it was, and it's just like, is the fact that me here is actually doing what they need, is this the real reason that they want me here?
Yeah.
I mean, granted, you know, this works out, it's a very mutual workout for everyone involved, because that's what my buddy was telling me, the guy that really wanted me up there. He was just saying that he really wanted me up there because I would be a really good match, but at the same time I was saying I want to be up there because it's going to be much better for me in general. I won't be hurting myself nearly as much.
Oh, yeah.
So it really was a good mutual fit from the sounds of it, but it's just, it boggles my mind that everyone's just like, you're so good, and it's like, I can't be that good. I can't be like...
I think well, for one, you're probably hella good.
Maybe.
But I think another thing to that, and like some advice that you probably already know anyway, is as far as communication, don't be one of those guys, because when I was the supervisor and stuff, when I was management, all the pickoffs seem to hate the supervisors and stuff. Always try to have that like good communication between your management, and like I feel like you're gonna be good forever, you know?
Yeah. No, actually, they really like dealing with me.
Communicate with them.
Yeah.
Don't be one of those guys who just like automatically hates a supervisor just because he's management, you know?
No. It's funny, like, the supervisor that runs the area, she really likes me in the sense... she really likes me in the sense that, you know, I'm actually pretty nice. I'm nice to her, and it's like... I just got here.
It's rare for them, and like that's why
I just got here.
That's why like be humble and like talk to them, communicate with them, let them know what's wrong, but in a nice, constructive way, and they'll do the same. And like you're gonna have a perfect time.
She was telling me I want you on strong side like every day, and I was just like, okay. I really have no issue with this whatsoever. No, it's like
they're probably thinking, oh, you know, like we got lucky out of this deal, but like they don't really realize that. This is a downgrade for you, like as far as physical work goes. They don't realize that, like you're.
I don't think they do.
They don't,
because, like, I tell them it's easier, but everyone I've talked to complains that picking off sucks.
Yeah.
Even like the guys that have been there forever, it's just like, you have heard of the sword owl, right? You have heard of all this stuff, right? No, it's just like seriously. When I hear people complain, I just straight up want to bitch slap them.
All that being said, though, you haven't experienced a shit day yet, so that is definitely going to come.
No, I mean I kind of have. Like Friday was pretty much that.
Okay.
Granted, I won't say it was the worst that it's ever been. It's the worst I've experienced.
Okay.
I will say it could be a lot worse, but the way I view it. And the way I will always view it, I could be on the sword owl.
Exactly. That can get... like, if nobody knows what they're doing, that can get hell.
I've seen how bad it can get on the sword owl. Yeah. I've dealt with that. I was doing that for, like, 8 years. Trust me, I know how bad it can get. Even if it isn't in my position, I know how bad it can get up there. So, hence, I know how bad it can get up there.
Yeah.
How bad it could theoretically get on the pickoff. I'll experience it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that I won't, but
you're always gonna have that come down though, where it's just like things are just sprouting out, little left in boxes, and you're just chilling up there. You're always gonna have that. Like even if it gets heavy, you're always gonna have that end of the night where it's not heavy.
Yeah. Actually, you're right, and that's why I live for.
Mm-hmm.
I got the hiccups, but yeah, no, it's great. I'm happy. My life is good.
Yeah, no, things are going in a good direction.
Yeah.
And it's summertime, so it's just like usually we're always hyped up like, oh, we gotta get this done before summer. But it's just like, no, it's summer now, and I'm feeling pretty good, and you're feeling pretty good. So it's like this is a good summer so far.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm sorry. I basically took this whole part and just committed it to.
Oh, we needed to talk.
Job,
like
yeah.
We were just talking. We needed to talk about it. It's good.
I had to, man. It's huge.
It's good.
Life has changed significantly for me. I'm old. Forgive me, everybody, but you know, Geldum's old.
I'm getting up there.
Spider Mikey's.
Sure. I'm old.
Yeah.
My body's breaking.
Here's closing thought,
Mm.
and this kind of hurts to say, and I feel like you can relate. For people like us who have been doing our jobs for a long time and have had quite a bit of experience, have seen like the best and the worst of a lot of things, I think what hurts the most out of all this, if I had to say anything, is probably pride, in the sense that I know very well I have done amazing things. I have done amazing work. I know I have. Like, even though I'm humble, I know what I am capable of. But what hurts is the fact that I also can't quite pull those numbers. In other words, I have hit my prime, and if you had seen it, you would have been astonished.
Yeah, same.
And I have to tell people that.
Yeah.
You should have seen me in my prime.
I think there's a whole nother end to that, though, where now that you're not going to be hurting, you can put that focus into your actual life. And, like, I'm right there, too, where it's just, like, my body's hurting, but I'm stronger than I've ever been in my, like, real life. So, like, I'm just going to chillax, not think about that pride too much, so then I can go and get the best shape of my life in real life, you know?
Damn, dog, you just turned this into a positive.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's just, like, that pride is so focused on the job, where it's just, like, it doesn't really matter.
No.
Now you're in a different position. We can talk about the glory days, but now your body's not gonna be hurting. So go outside and fucking run. Go outside.
Have to.
Get outside and get active. You know, and it's just like you're gonna be way more in shape than you were in the sword out because you're not breaking your body down day after day.
No, I have to, because if I don't, I'll get fat.
Yeah. No, same.
That's really all there is to it. If Gildum does not start doing stuff, he's going to get fat.
That's it. And you're gonna feel way better than when you were on the sword out because your body's not doing these weird ass movements.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm gonna call it.
That sounds good. I gotta take a
piss.
I gotta take a piss.